The twin sons of Verelion. 5 hung low over a battlefield of broken steel and smoking sand. The air shimmered with the heat of plasma residue, and the dying moans of war machines echoed between the shattered cliffs. What had once been a crystalline plain was now a graveyard of 2 empires, the Verelion Hive and the Terran Union. Captain Elias Wren staggered across the charred ground, clutching a wounded arm. His armor was half melted from a near-miss plasma shell, the nanofiber undersuit flickering with aerolites. He wasn't sure how long the battle had raged, only that the orbital bombardment had ceased and the silence now screamed louder than the cannons ever had. "Command, this is Wren," he rasped into the comm. Sector 7 neutralized. "Any survivors?" Only static answered him. Then faintly, "Wren, this is command, get out of there." The hive collapsed. "Queen's gone." "Repeat, the hive is." The transmission cut off in a hiss of distortion. Elias looked toward the horizon, where the hive citadel once stood. It was a dark spire carved from obsidian and bone, now broken and bleeding luminescent fluid into the dust. The Verelion Queen, the alien ruler he had once called ally, was supposedly dead. He didn't believe it. He began walking toward the citadel, his boots crunching over shards of alien glass. The Queen of Spines. 2 years earlier, the Terran Union had stumbled into Verelion space by accident. A wormhole opened during a mining expedition, spitting human ships into a system ruled by a hive-minded species known as the Verelions, beautiful, terrifying beings with crystalline exoskeletons, for luminous eyes, and voices that resonated like music through bone. War was inevitable. But Elias, a xenobiologist before becoming a captain, had found something rare: communication. The Verelion Queen, Zaelith of the Thousand Spines, had agreed to parley after he risked his life to save one of her injured soldiers from decompression. She was unlike anything human. When he first saw her, standing atop her throne of amberglass, her spines refracting starlight, she was both monstrous and divine. Her voice entered his mind directly, wrapped in harmony and venom. "You defy fear, little flesh thing," she had said. "Perhaps your kind is not without worth." That moment began a fragile alliance between human science and alien instinct. Elias taught her people the mathematics of wormhole stability. In return, she showed him the Verelion art of bioengineering, how to grow living starships, how to heal wounds with song. But alliances built on survival are brittle. When the Terran High Command learned that Elias had shared human technology with a hive, they branded him a traitor. Orders came to attack Verelion 5, to seize the bioships and erase the Queen's reign before she could rival humanity's fleet. Elias tried to warn her. He tried to stop them. He failed. To the ruins of trust. Now, as he reached the broken gates of the citadel, the air shimmered with violet spores, the Verelion equivalent of blood. The hive walls pulsed weakly, their bioluminescence fading. Every breath burned. Inside, corridors of bone twisted like a labyrinth. The psychic hum of the hive was gone. Only echoes remained. "Zaelith," Elias called. "It's me, Elias." A faint sound answered, a low, rhythmic clicking, half growl, half sigh. He followed it deeper, past corpses of Verelion warriors curled in death poses, their crystalline bodies cracked like porcelain. Finally, in the heart of the throne chamber, he found her. Queen Zaelith knelt beside the shattered remains of her throne. Her wings, those radiant spined extensions of her carapace, were torn. One arm hung limp, dripping iridescent fluid that pooled beneath her. Her crown of neural tendrils flickered weakly, sparks of psychic energy escaping like dying fireflies. For a long moment, Elias couldn't speak. "Zaelith," His voice broke. You're alive. Her 4 eyes opened, glowing faintly in the dim. Human, her thought voice hissed into his skull. You returned to scavenge the ruins you helped create. He flinched. I didn't know they would. Command didn't listen to me. I tried. You tried, she echoed bitterly. And yet my hive burns. My children scream in silence because of your kind. 'Cause you brought them here. Elias took a step closer, extending a trembling hand. Let me help you. Please. Her wings flared with a metallic snap. Do not touch me, human. The words were venom. Her tone, once layered with harmony, was now fractured, raw. You don't understand, he said softly. If we can stabilize your bio-core, I can save you. Save me. She laughed, a sound like shattering glass. You speak of salvation while standing in the ashes of my world. 3 wounds of 2 species. Despite her rejection, Elias refused to leave. He tore off a piece of his damaged armor and used it to cauterize one of her wounds, ignoring her furious growls. Each time he touched her carapace, psychic pain surged through his skull, images of burning hives, dying larvae, screaming memories. She was projecting her agony into him, deliberately or not. He gritted his teeth. I deserve this, he muttered. But you don't. She turned her head sharply, surprised by the defiance in his tone. Why risk pain for me? For an enemy queen. Because you were never my enemy, Elias said. We built something once. We could again. Zalitha's mandibles twitched. You think I can rebuild what was sung into dust? My hive is gone, my children. She paused, her voice trembling through his mind. You cannot resurrect what was born of starlight. He met her gaze. Maybe not. But I can keep you alive. And maybe that's enough. For a moment neither spoke. The silence was heavy with the ghosts of what they'd lost. For the hive's heartbeat. They worked together through the dim hours, patching the living structure around them. Zalith used her remaining psychic energy to coax the hive walls into ceiling breaches, while Elias reconnected power cells from fallen drones. The once glorious citadel became a sickly cocoon, pulsing weakly under their combined effort. As they labored, fragments of the past slipped through the Queen's telepathy, memories not meant for him. He saw her hatch from a sea of light, chosen to lead the hive through endless eons. He saw her first contact with humans, how she'd been fascinated by their fragility, their short lives and endless will to expand. And he saw, finally, her heartbreak when the sky burned with Terran ships descending, carrying the man she had once trusted among them. Elias reeled from the psychic overload. Zalith, I never betrayed you. Your silence betrayed me. The words struck deeper than any blade. She was right. When Command ordered the strike, he hadn't defied them openly. He'd begged, argued, protested, but he hadn't stopped them. He'd chosen obedience over conviction. And now billions were dead. To the last pulse. As night fell, if night could exist under twin suns dimming in dust, a vibration rippled through the ground. Zalith stiffened. Something stirs below. Elias checked his scanner. Seismic movement, wait. That's not tectonic. That's... The hive's central chamber split open, revealing a massive organic core pulsing erratically. It was the brood heart, a living generator that had powered the entire species' psychic network. Now unstable, it was about to rupture. Zalitha's wings flared weakly. It will collapse. The energy will devour this continent. Elias stared at the readings. The overload was exponential, minutes, maybe less. We can vent the charge through the citadel's spires, he said.